What's going on, beautiful people? Hey, can we talk about the A7 V just for a few minutes? And also, let's talk about these guys here too, the Rode Wireless Micros. Now, this is the camera version. I'll try to find time to talk about this, but I want to talk about the A7 V for the majority of this video. So in this video, I want to talk about the cost, specs, competition, and overall thoughts on if I'm going to buy this camera or not. Now, the cost of this camera is $28.99. Basically the same price as the R6, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they're a few dollars off, but it makes for some interesting competition, I'm not gonna lie. Now, if you take into consideration the Nikon ZR is $2,100, and then you start to see where I'm starting to have a problem with the A7 V here. Now, the price to spec ratio is where this camera really falls apart for me. And also when you add in the competition. So the A7 V only shoots 4K. 120 max. Now, it is a down sample from 7K, if I'm not mistaken. Now, they've been doing that for years, right? So they've been capable of giving us more than 4K for a very long time. But what I'm assuming is the cameras that they build may not be able to handle that. Again, I'm just assuming. But if we look at the competition, right, we have the, and we're speaking about just the video side at the very moment right now, but look at the competition. You have the R6 Mark III. That is 7K, open gate. They have their version of RAW. So, yeah, big difference in specs. You have the Nikon ZR, same price range, or similar in the price range, right? You're getting internal RAW, 6K, Red RAW, in RAW, I think ProRes RAW. You're getting a lot of things in those cameras for that price, right around the same price as the A7 V. Now, when it comes to photography, I think that's where this camera really shines. And I would honestly say this is a photography first camera, not really video focused. I would say the A7R4 is a way better spec camera than this, video wise. And that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. You probably have a different opinion than me. But let's kind of get into the specs here, okay? Now, one thing I didn't mention with the video is the AI features. This does have the new AI features when it comes to autofocus. Now, that's for video and photography. But let's talk about some of these specs here for photography. I have to read off a spec sheet because it's fairly new to me. So 33 megapixel partially stacked sensor, CMOS sensor. This does have pre-capture. It has obviously autofocus, enhanced autofocus, that's the AI. Continuous shooting, 30 frames per second. Electronic shutter, 10 frames per second in mechanical shutter. I can't talk today for some reason. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But those are great specs for the price. That's really great. And so that's why I say this is legitimately a photography first camera. And in my opinion, this is an afterthought. Video is an afterthought. Or maybe they just didn't realize the competition was getting this good and they threw something together. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. That's honestly how I feel. I feel like they threw something together just to say they came out with something in 2025 because the FX2 was not that great of a camera. So my overall thoughts on the camera. I think it's a fantastic camera for what it is, right? I think if you are a photocentric person, photography first, you're gonna love the camera. And I think that's pretty much maybe what this was aimed towards. When it comes to hybrid shooters that are video focused like myself, it left me a little shaken a little bit. I'm more like, I'm confused. I'm just, when you look at the competition, and you look at the A7 V, it leaves a lot to be desired. So much that I ended up buying a Megadap adapter, right? So I'm thinking about switching to Nikon. And I don't say that lightly, but the fact that this adapter allows me to take all my lenses with me is a big plus. It's something that I've been looking for. Because I've kind of seen the writing on the wall for a few years now. Sony's kind of been just phoning it in. And I'm just like, I don't know if I like where this is going with Sony. Now, don't get me wrong. I have an FX3. I love the camera. I'm using my A7S III right now. But I'm starting to think that Nikon is the future. I've just never been a Canon guy. That's not a knock against Canon. I think they're fantastic cameras, but I'm a Sony guy. I like Sony. I think the next best thing is Nikon. Now that they've acquired Red, there's a bright future for Nikon. So much, I did not actually buy this Mega adapter for the Nikon ZR. I thought about the Nikon ZR, but I've been thinking about the Red lineup. I feel like there's something special coming, right? I feel like there's a Komodo X upgrade in the works. Now they just came out with the Raptor XE, which is a little too pricey for me. I don't want to spend that type of money just yet, unless I have a reason to. I don't have a reason to spend that type of money. But the Komodo X, I think, is right there where I want to be. I was contemplating buying that camera within the last couple of weeks, but I'm kind of holding off. So here's my thing. A7v, not for me, because again, photo first camera. I want to focus on video. That's my thing. I'm waiting until the middle of 2026 to figure out if there's something else coming from Sony. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting to see what else comes out for Sony. If it's not something I like, I'm gonna put this to use, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy into Red, because the Komodo X, especially with their kits right now, their starter kits, their filmmakers kit, and all that different stuff. I can't remember the name of them. They're priced very well. Right around $11,000, and you get a lot of different things to get started. And all I would technically need is just to bring my Sony lenses over to Red. So yeah, that's my thought process. Not a camera for me. I'm waiting. I'm leaning towards Nikon Red cameras. I also think, by the way, before I leave, Nikon is going to come out with something that's going to blow us away next year in 2026. It's going to be something even better than the Nikon ZR. And so that's what I'm waiting for. Nikon, Red, Sony. I'm going to choose between those brands there, which Nikon, Red is the same. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.